Hello, hello. My name is Eli Cohen. Welcome to SalesHood Live. I'm sitting here with my dear friend and partner, Ira Bernstein. Ira, say hello.
Hi, everybody. Hello, Eli.
Hello, hello. It's great to have you. We're going to have a great talk. We're going to talk a lot about sales and selling through curiosity. We're going to dive into Ira's background and life and all the great things you're doing. So, what are you up to these days?
Doing a lot of great stuff with SalesHood, of course. Spending a lot of time doing sales enablement consulting for startups, sales training for startups, and companies that are growing.
Sales enablement consulting.
Yes, what does that mean, right?
What does that mean?
It means a whole bunch of stuff to a whole bunch of people. About 2 years ago, after having a lot of conversations with sales leaders at startups and about to go through their first scaling moment, right? They're going from hiring a person or two to 5 to 10 at a time. What I realized is there was an opportunity to help them to get their people ramped up faster with onboarding programs.
Yeah.
It was kind of a gap in companies that size and when they're growing. So started a business creating those for companies.
It's great. We've been working together for a couple of years now, right?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
We met probably about 2 months after I started the business. So timing was great, and obviously it's been a great relationship ever since.
No, it's good. We'll talk more about it. I'm really curious. I love starting with kind of your first sales job. How did you get into sales? Do you have a little bit of what was your first job?
Well, my first job was working at Herman's Sporting Goods in the Philadelphia area.
Got it.
And I played tennis through college, and so I was like the only guy at the sporting goods store who knew anything about tennis rackets. They just stuck me in the corner talking about doing tennis rackets. But my first, if I think about it, my first sales job was actually when I was 13. I had to get a tennis racket stringer because I was breaking strings too much.
Huh.
My father said, "We're not paying for it anymore." And in getting that, what I realized is there was an opportunity to do it for other people.
Yeah.
And I started making money stringing tennis rackets for everybody on my tennis team in high school and in college. Paid for my beer.
Wait, how did you get customers?
Relationships. People I know, people in the industry of playing tennis and breaking strings.
So you're playing tennis, you're 13, 14, 15 years old, and you're just, word gets out.
Well, so typically in that type of world, most people get their rackets strung at a country club or a sporting goods store, and then it would happen right in front of me. And if they break a string and say, "What am I going to do?" And I said, "I'm going to take care of you, right? I'm just make it simple. Why do you need to go anyplace else? You'll be back at practice the next day, and you'll have your racket strung."
That's great. That's a great sales
great
job.
Customer experience.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then, we work a lot together with Barry Ryan and selling through curiosity. Mm-hmm. Thought maybe you could talk to us a little bit about your experience with selling through curiosity.
Yeah. So it started a good 7-8 years ago when I was actually working for Cisco Systems on the WebEx side.
Wow.
And the entire sales force was gonna get training by this guy. And I honestly had no idea what it was going to be. We're going to have this experience, and that was my first experience with Barry.
Yeah.
Actually doing virtual training to what ended up being over 100 people at the time, and found the methodology, the framework, not only effective but allowed me to be me. Mm. And I always found that to be something that was easy to believe in, and also to then follow through the practices. Ironically, I then moved to a competitor of WebEx's at that time, the Citrix Systems.
Citrix.
Yeah, and I walk in and they said, we have this methodology called selling through curiosity. I was
Boom.
Like, all right, I know this.
Yeah.
So went through it with them. So I was a student at 2 different companies, and again, just
so you were selling.
Yeah, so
I was at WebEx and at Citrix.
Going through it as a
quota
student.
quota
Carrying sales rep. I did that I carried
How'd you
quota
do?
for about 10 years. President's Club, multiple years at Citrix. Really
Boom.
Enjoyed it. Yeah.
Awesome.
And selling through curiosity definitely was helpful. And then about a year ago, you and I, we started kind of talking about this opportunity.
It's more than a year now, huh?
Well, in terms of STC, it's been just over. And for me, it was easy to go from student to facilitator in the sense of I facilitated trainings before as a sales enablement professional, but I understood the foundations of the methodology. And so it was really just me immersing myself in the content, how the flow goes, how we engage students to get the most effectiveness and impact out of them throughout the entire process.
Got it. So from tennis rackets all the way through to selling communications at WebEx and Citrix to now you're, a really successful facilitator, trainer, enablement professional.
Yeah.
And you've got your own company.
I do, Rampt Consulting.
It's amazing. And so, tell me a little bit about, where's Rampt Consulting? Where are you guys based?
The Rampt Consulting business, Ira Bernstein, based in Scottsdale, Arizona, and serve clients around the country.
And so how do you do selling through curiosity, facilitation, and coaching? How does it work?
So, well, obviously you know a little bit about the methodology, but essentially there are a number of huddles, modules, topics that build from the foundation up. And so essentially there's part theory, so we learn about the theory behind the different concepts. Then we actually put that theory into practice in activities, and we do it as groups, right? So we're all learning from each other, we're all sharing experiences and the learnings through those experiences. And then we have discussions around that, right? What did you learn? How can you apply that to what you're doing on a daily basis in your sales process and your sales career? And then wrapping things up. And then we continue to build upon the foundational elements with additional skills that fit into the methodology.
Yeah. So the amazing thing is, I'm just going to kind of just summarize a bit.
Yeah.
So Selling Through Curiosity was born from Barry Ryan.
Yep.
Right? He founded it. He's doing it for 30 years.
Yep.
And mostly it's been in person.
Yeah.
Right? In person workshops. Like the full program is 5 days.
Yeah.
Right? That's 5 days in a classroom, in a workshop, and traditionally retention would be low. Would be low. And Barry, with Citrix, with GoToMeeting, with Citrix, with WebEx, he started experimenting with virtual.
Yeah.
Right. And then Barry and I, SalesHood and Selling Through Curiosity, we partnered and we created a complete on-demand version of Selling Through Curiosity.
For sure.
And the methodology, I think I want to just talk about it for a little bit because maybe folks don't fully understand it. It helps professionals close bigger deals faster because they ultimately are more curious about solving their customers' top business problems.
Absolutely.
That's one way to talk about it, right?
Sure.
How would you describe it?
I think that's a great way to describe it, number one. Two, it is a selling skills program.
Got it, good.
It's really about building a skill set. Instead of kind of saying what, kind of the full story of it, what I explain is it allows you to be yourself and be more effective at selling.
Got it.
What that means is, use the cliche. We all use the cliche. You have 2 of these and 1 of these.
Right.
And sales reps hear that all the time. You got to listen more. You got to listen more. You got to ask better questions. Well, how do you do that? It's one thing to say, go do it. It's another thing to give you a set of tools and activities and practice so that you can practice the right behaviors and then apply that into real conversations. Because if you do it right, it's not challenging. It's just doing it right. And so this provides a framework, a set of theory, skills, and practice that you can then take the next minute to your next sales call and put into practice immediately.
Got it. And this honking horn that's happening right now, it's happening, and it's real time. We're live, and you can't do anything about it. And we just keep going, right? This is what we do. We know how to dance. We know how to improvise. That's what makes us. That's what makes us who we are. So appreciate that. I don't know how I would have been able to keep talking with that horn going like that.
I just got a natural filter. Just horn doesn't go in.
So Selling Through Curiosity is a full program.
Yep.
Whereas if I was to just kind of explain it, the way that I think about it is series of modules of skills-based training where we take teams on a journey where together they can improve how they ask questions, improve how they engage with their customers, improve how they build relationships, ultimately to close more deals and close deals faster and make more money.
Absolutely.
And so some of the curriculum that's in there, I think it's important to highlight. So there's discovery theory, there's effective note-taking, there's decision-making process, there's advanced questioning, there's mutual plans, there's negotiations, there's customizing presentations, and there's a whole bunch more.
Yeah.
It's basically those 5 days. Now it's delivered virtually on demand. And so if I want to go through it, how long does it take?
Depends on how we want to set it up. We try to make it as configurable to the client as possible in terms of a time frame. But most of our clients go through it 1 module a week. They invest some time by themselves going through the theory,
Yeah.
right? And the beauty of the SalesHood platform, of course, is they can do it on demand 24/7. They can do it on their mobile phone. They can do it on their computer. They have access to it whenever they need it.
Great.
And then we invest about 90 minutes a week as a team going through the theory and kind of making sure does everyone understand the concepts of it. And then we start putting it into practice.
What if I want to go faster? What if I want to, like Netflix, I want to binge on a TV show. I want to binge on Selling Through Curiosity. Can I do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have an example? That's a closed-ended question. What's an example of a customer you have where you've engaged in your role as a facilitator, as a coach, to help them embrace Selling Through Curiosity in an on-demand fashion?
So I have a client in the marketing automation space that does marketing automation to B2C companies.
Startup?
Yeah.
A startup?
Startup company has grown from about five reps to about 30 reps over the last
So
year.
you have
and
about
a
30
half.
reps right now.
Yeah.
Got it.
And what we will do is we'll take that content, we'll put them all in a room for 3 days, and we'll go through each module step by step. So it's totally doable.
How does that actually
to
work?
do.
So you're in a room and you're, are you, is Barry there?
Barry's always
Barry's, but so you're playing the videos, they're doing exercises, and you're facilitating?
Yeah.
Got it.
Absolutely. So, the theory is no different on a phone than it is on a big screen with a speaker so that people can clearly understand the theory.
I'm just checking our time here. Yeah.
We ensure that, everyone's getting the same message consistently. And that's the beauty of doing this on demand is every single person who goes through this program is going to get the exact same content delivered the exact same way. There's a lot of benefits to that. Consistency. 6 months from now, you have another group coming through. A month from now, boom, you're going to get the same stuff. And so we basically just take those, 3 months of weekly types of sessions, and we just say, let's put them back to back throughout the day.
Got it. We're getting a ton of great feedback, right? All the way from New Zealand, all around the world. Sydney, Europe, whenever you engage teams, they're coming back with raving fans. Yes, of Selling Through Curiosity, but also your approach. What do you do? How do you make this so successful for companies?
I think the content speaks for itself, so that's really helpful. I think one of there's a couple keys. One, as a facilitator, as a trainer, one of the things that I think is really important is getting people engaged. And I would be the first to say that I use a lot of the tools that Barry has provided to me in terms of asking open-ended questions, giving the people space to share ideas, to share thoughts. Think of it kind of a safe place, right? I mean, this is the place to learn, to possibly make mistakes and then figure them out and figure out how to do a better job at it. So we're all trying to learn from each other. And so really what I'm trying to do is to make sure that the message, the methodology, the framework is clear and consistent to each of the attendees and students that are part of it. And at the same time, once those aha moments come, let's get the most out of those aha moments and share them with each other.
Got it. So we're working closely together. You are a facilitator and a coach of the Selling Through Curiosity methodology and the entire curriculum. So we're grateful for that. You're also an enablement coach, and you're also an enablement consultant, and you're busy. Everybody needs enablement these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody needs to be enablement these days. Everybody needs it. So we're super grateful. What advice? We're looking to expand. We're looking to grow. We want to bring on more people like you who want to also be coaches and consultants and be certified under the Selling Through Curiosity framework and the SalesHood way of doing enablement. What advice would you give people that are considering to kind of enter into our world?
I think first off, go to the website saleshood.com and actually get a little bit of an understanding of what the platform and your vision is about.
Thank
you. Paying attention to the things that you're writing, because I think it's important to understand that SalesHood is not just a platform. It's also it's the vision of how to put things into practice, right?
Yeah.
We kind of talked about this before. Technology in and of itself, you still need people. You still need people who have the right mentality and the right methodology to get those initiatives implemented and then seeing the results for a sales organization. So those are things that are valuable to you. Then you've probably come to a good place. I think the platform provides just so much opportunity for different potential partners with different skill sets, right? I came to you 2 years ago with, I create all this onboarding content. How do I serve it up? How do I do that? And we talked about it. That was my initial thought. I just need something to serve it up, and what I discovered is something so much more. And it's been a huge value to me. And it's been a huge value to my clients.
We love working with you. It's great to have you part of the team, and we're at the beginning of our journey.
We are.
If someone wants to reach out to you,
Please.
how do they find you? Yeah, tell everyone right now, what's the best way? Connect with you on LinkedIn. What do you want
Connect with me on LinkedIn, ramptconsulting.com, Rampt with a T, not an E.
Rampt, R-A-M-P-T. Boom.
Man, that's going to be a song.
There it
We're
is.
going to have it. Yeah.
Love it, man. Give you a hug. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We're out.